So a little bit of bonus coverage from Tenpins and more. This is the final game of the semi-final round, and our all-time 8-game scoring record is in jeopardy. Cortez Schenkos holds that for the moment at plus 586. After game 7, Hunter Mays is plus 523, so he's 63 pins away. So he needs a 264 game with a loss or a 234 game with a win. Any combo thereof will crack our all-time record, 1,750 tournaments in. So pretty impressive. No further commentary unless Dana wants to start talking. We'll just let this scoreboard go, this video go, and see if you can do it. He struck in the first, and we're picking it up from there.
Feel free to have bursts and oohs and ahs. Who the heck is this kid thinking?
Wow. Yeah.
Looking good. Come on.
Stir it up, babe.
You gotta pick it with me. If you saw on that earlier. Got him right where you want him, kiddo. Nothing to lose now.
Why?
Did you get a nap?
Like 20 minutes. And then I went and got a snow cone.
Did you have a snow cone?
Yeah.
Oh. Snow cone, that sounds good.
It's Bahama Bus. It's over on Alameda.
I like Bahama Bus.
Well, you're missing us.
All right. Woo! What is, you know when I see you something? Question mark. Yeah. Oh, okay, okay. I figured that out after a while.
1
feels so good. That's really nice. One card.
Spirit up there.
Great shot. Great shot.
Yeah. I like it. Hit it pretty hard.
Throwing the ball really good. So this one over here on 13, we just pulled it. Move it, back up there.
He's from
Fire on it.
Peter.
Oh, okay. Keep the ball feet up.
Today, in the 5 games qualifying, we had the first five game set of JBT. 22 years. His last 2 games were 300, 278. I didn't see the 300. I went to a wedding. About an hour. We did them right.
Plastic ball would have missed that. Plastic ball would have missed that.
So after what has surely been scintillating commentary from Ms. Millimaki, back here, instead, again, he needs 234 and a win. He's got room for 246, right? Yep. And he currently leads in his match by 9 pins. It's Hunter and the ladies on this pair is Miss Kara on a nice hot streak lately. Ms. Victoria, who we finally got to see after an extended absence out of school. And Ms. Priolo, who's bowling for the first time in 6 years, I think. She's making her guest appearance.
6 years is quite a lot.
Every time she shows up, she makes the cut and threatens the finals. Struggled a little in the semis, and boy, obviously got her hands full against him. Oh, you stupid 7-pin! So now he's got to strike out from here. which just goes to show you how ridiculously hard that record is. Cortez holds it at plus 586. That's 8 games with bonus pins. Hunter has already bowled the 4th highest 5-game total ever with today's plus 328 effort. Behind only names like Chan, Shank, and Buttriff. You may have heard of a couple of them. Covers it up. I am sure that Hunter is well aware of what he has to do as well. He's one of those computer brain kids, just like Cortez. Ask Cortez what he's doing on the lanes. He's like, well, I made a 2-in-1 using a quarter spanner, then I switched over to the 3 boards over to the left, and I switched to the ball with the 380 grit, and I didn't like that, so I went to the 378 grit, and I bowled a lot of pins and won 100 titles. Victoria back home from freshman year at Midland, as you can see on the shirt. Successful team. Very successful team. She leads by 21 over Kara right now. Carrie for Kara. She's been all over the place trying to scrounge up those all-important points. You got to be in the top 32 after today to get into the invite. You got to be in the top 20 after the invite to get into TPC. So even if you're nowhere near the finals, it's literally every pin, every point this time of year. Last year, all conference points came down to 11 single points. Sorrell over Zach Rhyme. As usual, lots of girls making the cut in New Mexico stretch. Always the case. 5 out of the 10 of them. There's one. Seriously, yeah. So he's got a pile of those invoices from all over the country. He's the all-conference points leader this year. He's been in a pretty good battle, so he's been traveling a lot. Jesper Jr., very Jesper Svensson-like. Those of you who have ever been duck pin bowling, that's what it looks like when Hunter's ball hits the pins. It looks like just duck pin shrapnel going zing, 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 zing all over the place. Bowled up quite a bit of the very short mountain conference this season. His brother won down in El Paso and he topped 4th. Then he won out in Lubbock earlier this spring. And the 300 and plus 320 earlier today. Victoria's cruising along at a 220 pace on the March River match. Fortunately for the rest of the field, there is not a mercy rule. After all this, Hunter's still going to have to win another game to win the title.
Tough business.
Yeah, boy, step ladder finals are tough sledding. I always offer the 1 seed if they don't want to be the 1 seed, but they take it every time. Oh, nice shot from Robin. Yeah, how about that, right?
That 300 event today is the first one since we got reopened on the 30th of April.
There you go.
After 11 and a half months in the wilderness.
The New Mexico
A
Center.
little better than the Israelites over there.
Hit that pin! No more of those flaky messengers. He tomahawked that sucker. The dream is still alive. But the New Mexico Centers have just been through the ringer. They do whatever is asked of them, and then the goalposts get moved, and do it again, and the goalposts get moved. Finally went from green to peach to turquoise to lavender to whatever in the span of a couple weeks, and got themselves open.
Week and a half, to be exact.
Progress appears to be being made. Hopefully we will stay that way and be back to a full 21-22 season, including Youth New Mexico Open right here in September. Doubles likely here in December, right?
Very likely.
They're highly likely.
I'd be disappointed if they weren't.
That is the
18 years with a year off for COVID.
This is the delicate Aussie brogue of GM and owner Steve Mackey that you're hearing there, in case you couldn't piece that together. Ah, nice shot from Carrick. U17 is going to feature Jordan Womble, who went plus 67 and missed the cut in the junior tournament. How about that? Take that. Going up against Chloe Keeling, a rising star coming out of handicap. 10 in the pit for Cruz, so she's going to win her match. She's sitting down in 9th place though, so. But like we said, every pin. Kara's going to finish with a clean 206 and a clean 208. Tomorrow that's going to get you pretty far. Today that's tough sledding again. Brad Harvey's sitting on the number right now and just got that 9 to trip into the 4 for a 5-bagger. I think the last game before the ladder is the most exciting game. Because there's still so much going on in each pair, like position round, just important scenarios everywhere.
4 pin.
4.
4 only going to get set back up for Kara. Brad's got the COVID hair working. They're back open. It's time for a cut, young man. It's that 10 to go. That's going to put him at the 240s with a win.
Find one of those rare hairdressers that were open.
Those back alley fly-by-night hairdressers. 232 for Cruz, very nice. Robin can max out for 190, but it all comes down to one little frame. 25 seasons of JBT bowling, over 1,700 tournaments. We could have a brand new 8-game total pinfall leader. He will need 2 strikes and 9 in the 10th. 234, which would be plus 64, which would do it. Poor Kara's just trying to get out of the way right here, kind of icing the kicker. Cortez probably called in that rack. Cortez just called the mechanic and said, "Hey, screw up 14 for a second. I got to Hunter." Clever, Tez, clever. Top 4 bowl the ladder. If they hadn't yet gotten in the Mountain Invitational, that'll do the trick. Week off for me to make my donation in Vegas. Then tour goes virtually to Canada, Mount Vernon, Washington, for a regular season weekend. Go ahead, Carol. And wrap up SoCal the weekend of the 12th, wrap up the Northwest the 19th, wrap up Arizona on the 26th, and then it's TPC time. Thank you. Well, here we go, folks. This is what we turned the camera on for.
So what did you do?
2 and 9.
2.
Double 9. Would be 234 for plus 64, which would be 587.
And he had a cruel 6-8 in the middle of it.
Yes, he did. That's a good point. Yeah, this
And then 2 7-pins.
is probably not the lane he'd prefer to do this on. Come on, ball. Come on, ball! Knock it over! Jump! Hit! Dang it, Steve!
It's all your fault, Mackie.
Rats!
It's actually MLG's fault because she didn't let us open for 11.
That's right.
These pins are almost new instead of being old.
That's right. They'd have the bottoms worked off. Hunter is such a competitor. He is going to be nothing short of PO'd at this point, which seems crazy if you look at the big picture, but that's why he's winning so much. The competitive fire burns bright. Oh, with the fill, he's going to go 567 up, which of course is going to fall, which still is the second best all time. Totally unacceptable, Team Mays. Just eclipsing Cortez's number 2 total of 564, so I don't know if the camera's going to be able to focus on that, but that's the list. Check out the records page of our website for much clearer than what I'm giving you right here. Some pretty big names that he adds his form to.
And,
Impressive stuff.
we're using what lanes? 6-play league over there.
19 through 24,
Oh, okay.
17, 18, 1. Does that work?
You know?